When we talk about two sports stars, we'll talk about Bo Jackson or Deion Sanders. There's other people that come in to play with the conversation, and they always forget about Charlie Ward. And I'm not sure why, because he was great in football, college football, won the Heisman, and then you go to the NBA, and you played over a decade there. Why aren't you included in that conversation, Charlie?
I don't know, but I know I did what I did, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that were provided for me, whether it was in college or in the NBA with the Knicks. So whether my name get thrown in the hat, that's not for me to really worry about.
Yeah, but do you want your name in there with Deion and Bo Jackson? Should it be in there?
I guess if you want to put me in there, I'm grateful that those are two great athletes. So if I'm mentioned in that conversation with those two guys, I'll be grateful.
You came along too soon. If you were playing now, don't you think would it change for you football wise?
I don't think so. I know one guy that was a big believer in me, and he was sitting here, Coach Dungy, and my situation probably wouldn't change because I didn't choose to quit basketball my senior year. And with that being said, I wouldn't have had the opportunity regardless of whatever would have happened.
You were going to play professionally basketball, not football?
No, I didn't quit basketball my senior year in college because I was a senior guard and I wanted to be committed to my teammates. And God honored that commitment by giving me an opportunity to play in the NBA. But I did everything outside of going to the combine for the NFL.
But do you think that you scared away the NFL scouts by they thought you were a basketball player?
Yes, that was their interpretation of me not quitting to go and start working out for the combine and what have you. So I wanted to leave my options open, and God honored my opportunity to have my options open, and I'm grateful that New York Knicks gave me an opportunity.
But you didn't push it with football. You didn't even get drafted.
No, I didn't get drafted. I was called for the 5th round by the Kansas City Chiefs, and I just told them I couldn't guarantee that I would be able to come to camp if I got drafted in the NBA.
When did you know you could play in the NBA? Was there a coming to Jesus moment where you go, man, I think I got game here to play with these guys?
Well, I went through the process. I played in a couple All-Star games. I was the MVP, and I was playing with guys who had been playing basketball year-round. And my entire goal through the process, the combines and those types of things and workouts was just to play even with the guys that's been playing basketball year-round. And that's what I accomplished, and I think that's what people saw as far as an upside. And from an athletic standpoint, I knew I was capable. I just didn't have skill development at the time, but from a mentality standpoint, I knew how to play the game, and that's what got me through.
Best player you played against?
Where?
NBA.
I mean, you name it. I was in the era of Tim Hardaway, John Stockton, Allen Iverson, Stephon Marbury. So I have some very good opponents, but I wasn't going to back down from any of those guys because from a competitive standpoint, I was going to go out and compete. And I had guys to back me up like Charles Oakley and Patrick. And
it always helps when you got Oak to back you
yes.
up. He's Charlie Ward, the Florida State Heisman Trophy winner, joining us in studio here at Dan Patrick Show. But then I always go back. When I meet you in person, and you're very soft-spoken, very humble, and then you go toe-to-toe with P.J. Brown in the Eastern Conference Finals. What was that, Game 5? The difference between you when you step on the floor, I mean, is there something that changes with you as far as the competitor in you?
Well, I'm very competitive, and when you want to win, you play hard and you play close to the edge, and sometimes it gets taken a little overboard. But nonetheless, I am who I am when it comes to.
But you wanted to fight, right? You were ready to fight, PJ?
No, I'm not a fighter. I just play the game, and things happen, and when they do happen. You're involved, but I'm not a fighter.
But Riley probably liked that. Did Pat Riley encourage that kind of aggressiveness?
He was tough-minded, tough-nosed, and, it was just like you have two teams that were very similar and we're going to play hard, and those things are going to happen. And unfortunately, I was part of one of them, but I learned from it because 182nd is 182nd, and I can't stand losing the money.
Oh, so you lost a game check?
Yes.
Yeah. Jameis Winston's talking about playing baseball. Is that a good thing for him to try to do both in college?
Well, that's what he's done, and he's very good, so there's no reason why he shouldn't be able to do it. And I know last year he was going back and forth, and I'm sure he'll do the same thing this year.
Will it hurt him with the NFL eventually?
No. I mean, he's 6'4", 230, and so his opportunity to be a number one draft pick is very, very likely.
Who'd you vote for, Heisman?
Well,
who'd you vote second?
Who'd I vote second?
Yeah, I know who you voted first. So who'd you vote second?
I want to stay in the ACC, so I went with the running back, Andre Williams. He had a very good year. I mean, over 2,000 yards.
Okay.
With very little help. And then I wanted to go small college, which was Jordan Lynch.
Okay.
So since I coach at a small school,
yeah,
I wanted to give a little love to the small schools.
Where's your Heisman?
My Heisman is at the public library in my hometown, Thomasville, Georgia.
Cool.
So it's been there for 20 years. So we loan it to them, and more importantly is a lot of people get a chance to see it as opposed to it being at my house or my mom and dad's house. So a lot more people get a chance to see it.
What do you think Manziel's chances are in the NFL?
He has a very good chance. A lot of people are drafting him, higher than Russell Wilson. But, he'll do well. Just the transition from the spread offense in college to the pro-style offense would be something to see.
Would you draft him?
I would.
If you needed a quarterback?
I'm not sure if I would draft him as high as they're saying, like a first-round draft pick, just because of the transition from the spread to the pro-style offense. But he's very crafty, and I think he'll be very good.
Well, it's good to see you. Man, you look great. You look like you could still play. Could you give me like 10 minutes on the Knicks? The Knicks could use you right now, Charlie.
I can't give you no minutes.
No minutes?
I don't even play.
So you can give me the same number of minutes I can give you. That's zero.
Probably.
Wow.
Yes.
Do we have the Bobby Bowden when we had Bobby on? I still love this. He was talking about you, and here's Bobby Bowden.
Oh, Charlie. Oh, Charlie, he was something else, man.
I love hearing that voice. Dad gum. Did he ever get mad at you?
Yes. When I was throwing interceptions my junior year, he'd come over and give me a few choice words. No curse words, but a few choice words. But that's about it.
But it almost seems like you would have to smile a little bit as he's yelling at you, because he doesn't look like he could really get angry at you with that delivery he has.
No, he throws words out there, and it's just one or two words. That's about it. Nothing long.
Charlie. Well, it's great to see you. Thanks for stopping by, Charlie.
Thanks, Dan.
All right.
Have me on.
He's Charlie Ward, the 1993 Heisman Trophy winner at Florida State. And what could have been in the NFL, because Tony Dungy talks about him and talks about him highly as somebody who would have been a successful quarterback.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.